the new Modus Super Series champion.
Oh my word!
It's another incredible moment tonight.
Jeff Smith.
It's match start.
5-star performer, and the bullseye is hit.
It's Johnny Magnus.
Self can't watch.
Game shot and the match.
And Lennon does. He's been doing this all week. And double 16 gives him a treat.
180 number 4, by the way. We're not in, but at the end of leg 4.
Game shot on the fourth leg, Paul Hogan.
Yeah, brilliant finish, 111.
Another triple 19. He has it. That's going to be double top for a first ton plus.
He also performed really well on the outer ring in his opening match as well, taking out Robert Thornton 4-0. And Johnny Haynes is taking out 156.
Thursday night is the first night of the week as far as week 3 at the Super Series is concerned. Group B gets underway. We're here in Portsmouth at the Modus Live Lounge. And of course, we're bringing you every single dart across Pluto TV. Hello, a very good evening, and you're in the perfect spot for darts tonight here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Group B gets underway, and we've got some great players on show for you. 2 players who lost their tour card at the end of 2025 are joined alongside the former ADC Global Championship finalist in Johnny Haynes, and Paul Hogan, a man who is an ever-present here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth in Super Series campaigns. Ever present for this week is Scotty Dog Mitchell. He joins us once again here in the studio. Scott, great to see you once again. And you look at this Group B, you've got Radek, Szaganski and Steve Lennon back in the mix. They played some good stuff in Group A. And then you've got players like Johnny Haynes and Carl Wilson, who in recent times have really turned it on that stage.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is going to be a really tasty group. Again, we said it with Group C this afternoon. This could have been a Group A without a problem.
So this afternoon, Group C got underway. Archie Self tops the table following the first day's worth of action. He won 4 out of 5. And we speak so often, don't we, about reset mentality. Archie finished bottom of Group A. He went to a local competition, won that local competition, and just came into this session brimming with confidence.
Yeah, but he did end Wednesday on a high. He won 3 games on the trot as well before he went to that competition in the evening and come back. And he well deserves to be top of the table here with 4 out of 5. He was good value for that today.
So that's how the table looked following the first day's worth of play. Archie Self on 8 points, Scott Campbell, Tommy Lishman and Lewis Gurney all on 6. Aaron Gill on 4 points. He won his first 2, lost his last 3, whilst Lars Erik Lindgren without a win following the first day's worth of action. So that's how Group C looked this afternoon, and this is how the tournament bracket is looking. Patrick Williams won Group A on Wednesday afternoon. Tonight we're going to see Paul Hogan, Carl Wilson, Johnny Haynes, Radek, Szaganski and Steve Lennon all in action. Now, Johnny Haynes is somebody into his 7th decade of life, but it feels like the last of the summer wine is perhaps the most fruitful for him in his darting career.
Yeah, absolutely. I've known him an awful long time, and I think he's playing the darts of his life right here and right now. Seems to have an affiliation and love of this place, and I've seen him play some of the best darts he's played in years in here. So, yeah, he's a big threat tonight.
But he's not the favourite to go on and win this group because it's actually Carl Wilson who tops the betting. Is that a bit of a surprise to you?
A real surprise to me. With the likes of Johnny Haynes in the group, Steve Lennon just dropping off a tour card. I think for me, 13 to 5 is real value on Lennon. He was just starting to come into Group A at the end of it, and I think that's the value in this group.
So that is how the odds look. It is 18 plus. It is gambleaware.org. If you're going to have a flutter on the Super Series tonight. Steve Lennon is in action in our opening match of the evening. And prior to play getting underway, I caught up with Scuba Steve. Steve, day 4 for yourself here at the Super Series. How have you found the experience so far?
It's different. It takes a bit of getting used to, but I've loved it so far. Obviously, would have been nicer to win Group A, but at least I'm still here. So,
what's been the key differences for yourself so far?
I don't know. It's the shorter format. Like, you really have to be starting well. And then it's like, it's trying, because you're on again, like 2 games later, if you've missed a pile of doubles or something, it's hard to kind of like forget about that and move on to the next game. So yeah, it's a little bit different.
In terms of the darts that you've thrown this week, how do you say they've gone thus far?
It was okay the first 2 days. Yesterday was quite cold in the venue, so that's one condition I'm just still not able to adapt to yet.
And I can imagine the time slot's going to take a bit of adapting to, from first thing in the morning to late at night. I suppose it's a complete change in the body clock, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm used to playing in the morning anyway, in general, even at home and stuff. So yeah, it's more so like I found it boring today because we were trying to pass the time. Obviously, it's a late start for this, but no, I should be ready anyway.
Prior to this week, how much of the Super Series did you watch? How much did you kind of know about the competition and the format?
I'd follow whenever the Irish lads were playing, so but I wouldn't have watched the full matches, just like sort of the clips of their games. But yeah, no, this is exciting to watch.
So 3 from 5 out of this group. Is it just a case of try and rack up as many points as possible and put yourself in a good position ahead of tomorrow?
To be honest, I never look at when it comes to like round robin situations. I just treat every game as you would a knockout, because you want to win every game regardless. So yeah, I'll try not to look at that at all.
Go well. Wish you all the best. Steve, good luck out there.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Scuba Steve in action on this Thursday night here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. And where else would you want to be watching your darts than here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth? He takes on Paul Hogan in the opening match of the session. The 62-year-old from Basingstoke, a twice-weekly winner in the past, up against Steve Lennon, aged 32, from Carlo in the Republic of Ireland, making his debut here. And Ireland has had a very good time of it here at the Live Lounge in recent times. Shane McGirt picked up a couple of weeks in 2025. The Republic of Ireland team picked up the international pairs. And Steve Lennon is looking to be the next player from the Emerald Isle to taste success on that fabled stage. The action being presided over by Anton Mays. He's going to be in charge for the remainder of the week. And all the action in the commentary box is going to be watched alongside my good pal and a man who now knows how to use the Nando's app. It's a very good evening,
First
Scott
leg,
Mitchell.
it's Paul to throw first.
Thank you very much. What an introduction. Yeah, very proud of myself for that. Yeah, that'll do me fine. And everything that I actually ordered came to me as well, which was really good. I actually got the order right, so I'm over the moon with that. The first thing I noticed here, I've known Paul Hogan an awful long time.
100.
He looks to have had a change of equipment since I last saw him. Somebody say, oh, he changed them 4 months ago. But yeah, I've not seen him for a while. Used to use
55.
like an old-fashioned Eric Bristow red ring type dart. Those of you that are into your dart barrels
55.
will know of those. Been around forever and a day, those have.
And Paul Hogan's one of those players that's never really been known as a tinkerer, has he? He's always been steadfast with the equipment that he's had. And so for someone like Hogan, he's even changed the shirt. Changes even of the smallest proportions to many will feel rather major for him.
96.
Yeah, absolutely does. And I remember, I think he changed a while ago. He tried a Thornton dart a while ago, and he got them off a Rob, actually.
83.
And played him in the seniors on a floor event a couple of years back and beat Robert with his own darts, which can be frustrating as a player.
Yep, 59. Just ask Scott Campbell.
You require 138.
Exactly, we saw that this week. So Hogan down on 138, can't finish. 18 will set it up nicely for tops.
98.
Yeah, the 138 to finish reserved for special players. Tops are Hogan to get himself up and running on this Thursday night. But Lennon is hot on his coattails, leaving himself on 57 if there is to be a miss on tops and derivatives. But there's no issue whatsoever with the top target. Paul Hogan finds himself on top, having taken the opener.
Second leg is Steve to throw first.
Nice steady start for Hogan. 16 darts, hold a throw. Just what you want to do here. When you get here, you want to hit your first treble 20 as quickly as you can, and then settle your nerves with a nice double. And get your first leg under your belt. Hogan's done that nicely.
60.
Well, Steve Lennon finished third in Group A. By his own admission, got off to a slow start yesterday. But he did come in from the cold, quite literally in his case, towards the latter end of the session. But it was too big a gap to make up. In terms of his overall numbers, though, for his campaign, averaged 85.80 over 15 matches. But it was the doubling that let him down. Just 44 hits from 152 attempts at the outer ring. That equates to a percentage of just 28. However, that particular department wasn't too bad as he sees a dart spit out the boards. 16 180s over the course of his Group A campaign, just over one a match.
Yeah, I thought he was a bit unfortunate on a couple of occasions during his Group A campaign. An odd win in the right place would have seen him pressure in the top spot, but it wasn't to be. So he made sure he got into Group B, which is obviously favourable with 3 from 5 going out of it here into the Saturday night final. So not too shabby this leg. 52 after 12 for him.
Steve, you require 52.
He'll want to get this polished off in 15 and get himself a 5-visit finish.
36.
And there we go. It's, like you say, 28% on the doubles over the first few days. It's very, very unlike Steve Lennon. Hoagie now
140.
Pressure in the shot.
Steve, you require 16.
So a chance to go back at Hogan. Hogan had a 16 dart first leg. Lennon here for a 16 dart second. Takes out double 8. Tidy little contest here. 91 is the average apiece after a couple of legs.
And I think this is the type of level that we could expect to see throughout the whole course of this evening session. You've got 5 players who, actually, when you look at it on paper, there's not really too much to separate them. The fact that someone like Radek Szaganski is 4-1 for favourite to win this group probably tells you everything you need to know about the appetite of the 5 that are in action this evening.
Yeah, absolutely.
83.
The game has settled down now and you've had a few throws.
96.
This Group B, it can get away from you. There's only 4 games per evening and you don't really want to be losing 2 games on the trot. It makes life very difficult for you.
100.
4 wins is not always enough to guarantee you through at times. You can be counting back on leg difference, but
58.
We have seen people go through on 2 wins on leg difference.
Just ask a certain Rob Collins, who lost his first 6, but his last 2, 4-0, 4-0, then managed to sneak through at the back post.
66.
Hello, Rob, if you're watching.
Yeah, it was through the back door and under the mat as well, wasn't it?
You require
that was how he sneaked in. Hogan then back on 152. Another one of those. Oh, he's just above.
140.
Nice irons into the green there. Left himself double 6. Lennon back on 244.
57.
Paul, you require 6 12. At this, but he won't want to be doing it in 6. He want it to be done in 1. He does it in 1.
On the third leg.
And it's yet another 16 dart leg and hold a throw for Hogan.
And look, we say it so many times. 6-visit legs are sometimes enough in this format to get you over the line. Yes, the golden formula, as Chris Mason rightfully says, is holding 15, breaking 12. But at this level, sometimes if you're just steady enough for long enough, you're going to get your chances. And if you can take them, then it's a recipe for success. And nobody knows that more than Paul Hogan, one of a select few ever presents here at the Live Lounge, appearing in his 13th straight series. And interestingly, every single appearance in a series or a normal week has come in a Group B. And that was the trend as well that he followed when he was playing in Southampton. He was a regular player at Ye Olde Livey League.
60.
In the previous venue, the previous format. Used to come once a month in a Group B. Been a huge part of this project as Hogan.
140.
And we should never lose sight on those that were there at the beginning of this project. And Paul was very much that. But it's Lennon, who is looking to equalise the game.
Yeah, Lennon didn't do a lot against the throw on
56.
both occasions so far. He's done an awful lot right on his own throw, and that comes from the Pro Tours experience, I think. You have to hold your own throws there. It's just
95.
absolute paramount. The bullseye is so important
68.
on a best of 11 game. Lennon, having been there for 9 years, has learnt to do things like this.
66.
Oh dear, leaves himself double one here. Hogan back on 205.
$30. Steve, you require
Lennon
2.
looking at the madhouse. Madness.
Game shot
Madness.
on the fourth leg.
They called it
Stephen.
madness. But we are back level at 2-2.
Fifth leg is Paul to throw first. Game on.
And the start for Paul Hogan is ever so important. We say it all the time when we are commentating in Group B scenarios. He played 2 of the first 3 matches tonight, does Crocodile Dundee, which can play one of 2 ways. You win both of them, then you find yourself at the top of the group and everybody's chasing you. But if it goes the other side of the coin and you lose your opening 2 matches, having played them both in the opening 3 matches of a session, you're just constantly finding yourself chasing the tail. And so this exchange, yes, right at the very beginning of the night, but it could well be a pivotal one in terms of setting the trend for the evening to come.
58.
I totally agree with that. Hogan absolutely disgusted with his first throw of this leg. A lot happier with the second throw.
100.
180, and the timing was right. And once again, he does head Steve Lennon by a country mile here.
60. Paul, you require 161.
To be fair, that's all Hogan's got to do. He's got the 4 starts in this match. So he's just got to do the right thing on his own throw.
55.
And it has been a game up to press that has been absolutely dominated by the player throwing first. And it looks like a trend that's going to emphatically continue here. Hogan with 6 on 106 to go 3-2 up and to put himself to within a leg of winning this contest. But he's not just missed the big number, he's missed the board completely. 46 still left.
70.
Eventually leaves himself on old trusty double 18.
If there's any time to do it, it's now while your opponent's on 2-2-8. Lennon's lost the line again, and
Paul, you require 36.
Hogan has again 6 from here. Guess what? Hits it first dart. 16 dart leg. Didn't happen.
No score.
Luckily for him, he's got time on his side, and if you're going to miss double 18 with your opponent not on a finish, miss it on the outside as opposed to inside. Otherwise, you can find yourself in all sorts of bother.
97. Paul, you require 36.
Double 18. Well, he's had a few shouts and a few pokes at it. But
no score.
More opportunities go a begging. Half a dozen.
Steve, you require 86.
Frustrating thing for Hogan is that he actually tried to, he went to leave that. So it's a favourite of his double 18. Lennon has to stay in the 18 segment, and he doesn't do that. Gets a little greedy, goes for the treble, drops into the 4. And Hogan once again gets a dart at 36.
Well, he's had plenty of practice, and eventually practice makes perfect. And we still have that trend where the player throwing first is having all the joy in this game. Hogan leads 3-2.
Steve to throw first.
Yeah, he was 2 out of 2 coming up to this last leg. And he's now 3 from 9, so he had 7 missed darts at a double.
40.
It took him 7 darts to convert there. But it won't worry him. It's all about the numbers on the legs score. And he's 3-2 and got the momentum. And here comes the momentum steam train.
135.
Touch unlucky there, deflection off the flight. But a nice 135 against the throw all the same. And now Lennon is in all sorts of bother here.
So what you're saying is Paul Hogan is very high up on the momentumometer right now.
He is on the momentum monitor, whatever that is.
45.
Didn't know there was such a momentum monitor. Have we just invented something in the new darting world?
Yes.
85.
Because we need to judge momentum for courtesy of the momentumometer. I just get the sense that the momentumometer is getting no momentum whatsoever.
I think one of the cogs has just got jammed.
58.
Well, Lennon's come up dry here, and a game which has been dominated by the player throwing first has seen Paul Hogan presented with a chance to potentially get a break. He only needs the one in this leg to win the match, but he'll feel like that was half an opening that passed him by there.
Wow, the last 3 visits have been an opening that passed him by. He's been troubleless on the last 3 visits. And you cannot do that with a player of Steve Lennon's calibre, because he will eventually punish you, and that's exactly what he's done with that 140.
$63.
Good recovery dart
Steve,
there, but I think the damage is already done.
Two 12s. Double 6. Both go a begging, and so Hogan has a chance to win this game.
138.
If he can find 138, which he's not up to the task of, and so Lennon will return 3 more double 6.
Yeah, it didn't go the new age way, the treble 19s route.
Steve, you require
24.
12.
So 12 then for Lennon coming in to send us to 3-3.
Game shot on the 6th leg, Steve Lennon.
So we go the distance in the opening match of the night here.
7th and deciding leg is Paul to throw
Matt
first.
Trick just gone
Game
exclusively with throw up to press. Hogan with the throw in the 7th and decider.
60.
Hogan, back in the days of the BDO, was known as the king of the lakeside qualifiers. Used to continually qualify for Lakeside World Championships through the qualifiers. I think he only actually qualified through the ranking table a couple of times. And it's something like he qualified through the qualifiers 6 or 7 times. It's unprecedented. I can't see there have been too many people that have ever managed to do that.
Well, he did it every year as well at the UK Open, didn't he? They called him the professional amateur for a number of years because he kept coming through the amateur qualifiers, playing in Minehead, and then taking out some big scalps along the way.
Yeah, I watched him a few times. Did he make a quarterfinals or a last 16 or something? It was a real
45.
Good run that he had at Minehead. I remember watching all the games.
However, he knows that Lennon's been presented with an opening here. That's why there's a shake of the head in the background.
98.
Ticks off age trouble to give himself control of the leg, but it's nothing that Hogan can't arrest if he can find something big here. But he needs a couple of trebles just to keep touch, keep tabs. Well, this game now,
43.
despite all the hard work that Hogan's put in, is in the hands of Steve Lennon. 6 on 205.
That's 4 visits now from Hogan where he hasn't hit a treble.
135.
That means you're just presenting opportunities to your opponent.
And against a player like Steve Lennon, if he sees the finishing line, he's going to make a run towards it, and that's exactly what he's done here.
Well, the Hogan fans just won't understand
70.
it. He's held his 3 hold to throw without a problem to get the 3 legs that he's got. He's looked dominant, and then all of a sudden, he seems to have disappeared here.
Game shot and a match.
And he's disappeared because Steve Lennon has now beaten 4-3. So an opening defeat for Paul Hogan, but it's a good start for Steve Lennon. He'll be over the moon with that. Here's the stats. They did tail off. They were running in the 90s until the last sort of leg and a half. We head into a short break. And when we return, we have Carl Wilson taking on Radek Szaganski.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where before the break, we saw Steve Lennon get the better of Paul Hogan by 4 legs to 3 to kick off tonight's action in Group B. Game 2, a meeting between Radek Szaganski and Carl Wilson. Carl, one of the best performers here in 2025, one of the best performers on the ADC circuit, the 36-year-old from Royal Tunbridge Wells. A 3-time weekly semi-finalist in the past, up against the 46-year-old Radek Szaganski. Represents Poland but lives in Cork in the Republic of Ireland, making his debut here, having dropped off the PDC Pro Tour circuit at the end of the 2025 season. Finished second in Group A. Played some decent stuff over the course of the 3 days in that particular group, but was ousted by Patrick Williams to the summit of those particular standings. So we'll begin again in Group B.
First leg, it's Cole to
up against someone in Carl Wilson, who,
Game on.
From his debut here as a bit of an unknown quantity, went straight through Group A into the Saturday, has been somebody that's consistently performed
60.
time and time again. And he's just got better constantly.
100.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's done. And when you play Radek, you kind of know what game is coming. He's in that 85 to 90 bracket pretty consistently.
100.
Now living in Cork, in Ireland. But always been a fierce competitor.
96.
There's no ways about that.
From Ireland, but ineligible to play for Team Ireland in the
41.
international pairs in 2026.
60.
So Szaganski looking for a treble to leave himself on a finish.
60.
Unable to find it, and so Wilson has 6 on this 190 to take the early impetus in this contest.
134.
Really good setup that. Leaving himself on 56. Szaganski under it right from the get-go.
77. Carl, you require 56.
Yeah, went for the bullseye on 25 there, just to round that off to a straight 100, Szaganski, but it's Wilson here, double 10.
36.
Offers an opportunity for Szaganski here.
123.
Does he go treble 19 first? Yes, he does. Double 9.
105. Carl, you require 20.
And as we come to find with Szaganski, it's no
Game shot on the first leg.
reaction to a missed double or a hit double. But it's Wilson that hits the double this time round.
Second leg, it's Radek to throw first. Game on.
So Wilson 1-0 to the good in this contest up against Szaganski. In terms of his numbers in
100.
Group A, average just a shade over 89, 89.22 for his 15 matches in the group. 49 hits from 133 attempts at a double. That equates to a
140.
percentage of 36, 10 180s in 15 games and 6 ton plus checkouts, including a 140.
60.
Highest average of 97.99. It's steady enough stuff, and the type of stuff that actually in this format, and particularly over an elongated period of time, is gonna do real damage.
60.
Yeah, if you can stay on it, it makes it very difficult to beat, particularly if you got the throw.
180.
Wilson looking very good here. 46 after 9.
100.
140, 135, 180. 46 as you go 14 for double 16 here.
Game
A
shot
very
in the second
impressive leg, a 12 dart leg for Wilson to go with his 19 dart holder throw.
Third
leg
leg is
one
Carl
here.
to throw first.
He
Game
will be
on.
very pleased with the way that he started.
2-0 to the good and averaging just under 97. And we know that he is a proper operator, is Carl Wilson.
41.
And he's setting a stall out and setting a statement out right from the very get-go.
60.
And actually, of the 5 players in this group,
100.
you can, alongside Paul Hogan, making an argument that Carl Wilson's the one that knows how to get the job done in this format as well as anybody.
60.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that statement. He's played here a fair bit over the last 6 months as well, hasn't he? So he's used to the atmosphere, used to the surroundings.
100.
Yeah, played in the Tour Championship, played at the Global Championship. The ADC has very much been his darting home over the course of the last couple of years or so. It was via that qualification route, which is where he even got his first invitation back in September 2024.
140.
Yeah, he's got a few volts close by and around him, and he takes advantage of those. Gives him plenty of match practice. I have to say, you can't argue with that.
Radek, you require 141. $95. Carl, you require 65.
Well, this a 3-0 in about 6 minutes flat. Double 4. Inside, Szaganski. Is that
Radek,
just the odd dart and a double so far in this game? He's going to get another couple of chances at double 16. Double 8 eventually found. He breaks back. The match returns to throw at 2-1.
Yeah, does really well there.
Fourth leg is Radek to throw
You're
first.
a couple behind, and you
Game
hit that
on.
last dart. Wilson would have think, oh, I might get a chance here to get back in.
140.
Szaganski's throw is a no-nonsense type of throw. It's very straightforward, looks very easy.
80.
It's unlucky there for Wilson. Caught the flight in the wrong way and fired it into the sky.
180.
Szaganski now looking very good indeed.
57.
To level us up at 2-2. Wilson won't be too worried yet. He's on throw next leg.
84.
It will depend on how Szaganski starts it out. Wilson here will just be trying to get his line and length right again.
98. Radek, you require
to be prepared
97.
for the next leg, I would have thought.
$65.
We found this in Group A. He will do anything to leave double 16 if he has a chance. Going treble 20.
58.
497.
Radek, 32.
There's a new one on me.
16.
The opportunity to come to pass. He trailed on this game 2-0, did Szaganski. And he's going to get more chances to square up at 2 apiece, but under what pressure? Under seismic pressure.
Yeah, loads of pressure here coming in on the double 8.
Game
does
shot on the
take
fourth
it
leg,
out.
Radek Szaganski.
Anton Mays, our referee, has a little lean forward there.
Fifth leg is
Just to double check.
Game on.
But Szaganski was halfway up the hockey by then. He knew in a minute it left his hand. That was destined for double 8.
100. $140.
Well, Radek Szaganski is just beginning to get to Carl Wilson's kilter. And as a consequence of that, this game is just beginning
100.
to turn. There's a bit of a seesaw in this contest. The momentumometer is moving in the radar of Radek.
60.
The thing you know about Carl is he's not going to drop off of that either. Had a fantastic 2025.
85.
Tail end of 24. Kind of breakthrough time for Carl has been the last sort of 14, 15 months. He's now known for being super solid on the board. He's cruising along at a 92 average here and making it look very easy indeed.
180.
Tops left after 12 against the throw, and all of a sudden Carl Wilson's against the rack. This 120 has to be taken. It's a nice lie for the treble, but unable to get it. And so Radek will return for tops
55.
to get the break, lead 3-2 and throw to win it in the next.
Really unlucky with the deflection there, Wilson. Szaganski. Well, we can see why he leaves the other side of the board now, can't we?
Oh, you require 65.
Doesn't leave tops and 10s very often. Second time he's done that now while going for a 25.
Game
Too
shot on the
accurate,
fifth
but
leg. Cole
also
Wilson.
accurate on the double 4. And he's done well there.
Sixth leg is Radek to throw
That
first.
had Szaganski's
Game
name
on.
written all over it. Now, how does Radek recover from that? Because you have to say,
140.
kind of gave the leg away, didn't he?
Well, despite being in what was once a dominant position in the game, Cole Wilson feel like he got away with one in that previous leg. And he's making the most of the fortune that he's got.
180.
Won the fifth leg on throw, and against it kicks off Max. He's forced the issue of Radek, who finds a big treble with the last.
Yeah, we say that Wilson got away with it there, but that was still a very tidy 65 shot from hitting the ball for the first one and only having one dart at it.
96.
And this is what I think Wilson is. This is where his game has changed. He believes now with every dart.
123.
Look what's been left again. And it may have to go. Because Carl Wilson has found his fourth 180 of the contest.
98.
Well, he's left himself on tops, but he may not even get a poke at it because Carl Wilson's on for a potential 11 darter to win this contest. It's been some performance. But the gauntlet from Gok has not been laid down
Radek,
just
you require
yet.
40.
He missed this last time out.
Game
Doesn't
shot
make
in
the same
sixth
mistake
leg,
twice.
Radek Szaganski.
Levels it up at 3-3.
Seventh and deciding leg is Carl to throw first.
You have to say Wilson has
Game
held
on.
throw pretty well. Szaganski did make a big assault on his throw in the last one where Wilson did shoot 65 to hold his throw.
96.
Now, Scott, there's a potential of 70 legs that can be played tonight. We've already played the first 14 of them.
140.
We've never had that session yet where we played all 70. It's going to happen one day.
Looking at the clientele, it could be tonight.
And if it does, we'll be here until the wee hours.
58.
Which means plenty of entertainment for you on this Thursday night. Tungsten
95.
Thursdays are very much back with the Premier League kicking off this evening. And we're very much in the grips of Group B as Wilson looks at 170 to win this contest.
42.
Yeah, done really well there to get down to
170
170 and leave himself a shot in 9. Szaganski back on 261, so just short irons into the green. He don't want to leave himself too long a putt here. Szaganski needs a double treble visit. Well, he needs a treble visit at all now to leave himself a shot. So Wilson has 6 from here for 110. Treble 18 for double 18. 72 left. Could go back, or he goes down to the 16s.
86.
Well, Szaganski can only hit and hope from this point onwards.
98.
He's found a treble, but his hopes is very much in the hands of Carl Wilson, who looks at double 12 to bring this game to a close. For the most part, it was a really pleasing performance for Carl Wilson, sealed with a kiss. The 4-3 win, a hard-fought 4-3 win against Radek Szaganski of Poland. It was a really good display, round about 16 darts per leg on average, 93.5. 4 from 11 in terms of his checkouts. Szaganski gave as good as he could get, but he loses his opening match of the night. Coming up after the break, we're going to see Johnny Haynes, the ADC Global Championship runner-up. For the first time tonight, he takes on Paul Hogan. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. We've played 2 matches so far on this Thursday evening, and both of them have gone the distance. Before the break, we saw Carl Wilson get the better of Radek Szaganski by 4 legs to 3. That was after Steve Lennon beat Paul Hogan in the last leg decider. The last player we're yet to see this week is Swindon's number 2, Johnny Haynes, the 61-year-old, up against a man 62 years of age in Paul Hogan. Between them, they have a combined age of 123. They say that this sport is a young man's game, but these two proving the counterpoint of it. And for Paul Hogan, he needs to find a counter-punch, having been broken right at the very last of his game against Steve Lennon.
First.
And if you are joining us tonight for the very first time, then welcome along to you, and many congratulations to Michael Van Gerwen for winning the first Premier League night of the brand new season. He beat Jan van Veen in the final by 6 legs to 4. So Michael Van Gerwen up and running with a win in the Premier League. 6-180s in that game for MVG. Average of just underneath the 98 mark at the Utilita Arena in Newcastle. So many congratulations to Michael. And for those of you that may well be joining us for the first time tonight, you've not missed too much into game 3 of the session. Still 7 more to go, and I'm in the very capable company myself, Henry Deacon, of the 2015 Champione of the World, Scott Mitchell.
Once again, a very large introduction.
Don't expect them every night.
Well, I just don't know whether I can live up to them. That's a problem.
100.
Don't worry, by tomorrow night, we probably will be ditching the pleasantries out the window.
I like it a lot.
99. Paul, you require 161.
Hogan 161. If he doesn't, Haynes is on 98 to routinely hold his throne. He's going to get a look at that finish. But under what pressure?
97. Johnny, you require 98.
Tops. It's not a side of the board he's overly comfortable at.
64.
And the tops goes a begging. Been a good opening leg, this. Hogan himself can't win it. Both players missing a dart at a double to take the early impetus.
Game shot on the first leg.
Good hold of throw for Haynes. These two would have played each other many times. Not on what you would call the full tour, but probably at a tour of the South where little money tournaments all over the place. These two go round.
121.
Picking up the odd envelopes of cash, and I know Angela takes Paul's and goes in the holiday fund.
85.
As for Johnny Haynes, enjoying perhaps some of the most success-laden years
100
as he enters his 7th decade of life. Global Championship runner-up in January, lost out to his pal from across town in Jack Tweddle by 9 legs to 7 as Hogan finds the first 180 of this game. We weren't starved of them in the previous 6 between Carl Wilson and Radek Szaganski.
60. Paul, you require 136.
136 at offer here, and this would be some 6-dart convo. 3-1-6 and 6 is off the cards, and so Haynes looking to apply pressure.
100.
Hogan leaving himself on 36 after a dozen on throw. Really good leg this. Really good game this. Really good performance this from Paul Hogan. Up to press.
100. Paul, you require 36.
Been enjoyable stuff. But can Hogan bring us back on terms? He's having trouble on a double he loves so much. And double nine hasn't bailed him out either.
Johnny, you require 120.
You wouldn't put it past him, would you? And that's why I say it.
Leg, Johnny Haynes.
Give him a glimpse. He takes an opportunity. Hogan pats him on the back. He knows how good a shot that was.
93.
Good friend and colleague Niall McCorn, last time he was here, gave Johnny Haynes the nickname SM Punk, Swindon Made Punk.
123.
And he'd know a thing or two being from the southwest. He'll be here next week for the first half of proceedings.
Johnny Haynes, known for years for wearing various forms of
36
camouflage coloured trousers. You name it, he's got the colour.
140.
Combat style trousers is his thing.
100. Paul, you require 50.
Got a black pair on today that are plain black.
Well, Hogan's missed the big number, but luckily for him, he's not really going to change the pattern of his leg just yet. Looking for a break back to return the contest to throw. He's persevering on the double 18 despite having one or two issues on that particular
60.
target.
Paul, you require 36.
Sometimes they say absence makes the dart grow fonder, but he's continuing to try and put things right on that particular target.
18.
But again, neither that or double nine is coming to his
Johnny,
aid.
you require
And Haynes looking at 152.
120. Paul, you require 18.
Well, now this has to go. Haynes is on the charge, and eventually Hogan gets back up throw, back to 2-1.
Fourth leg is Paul to throw first. Game on.
Hogan on throw. He has his chances to hold here.
$100. $60. $100.
Well, Scott, are you ready for tonight's tungsten teaser?
60.
I was absolutely itching for it. I was waiting.
Johnny Haynes, former weekly winner in the past, back in Series 2, Week 11. But who did he beat in that final?
81. $100.
It's not going to make any difference in terms of your guesses, but it was actually presented with the check by Corin Hammond.
I got a feeling I was here that night then.
Was that the night where you left at 3-0? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't that night. There was another night. Do you remember when it was 3-0? You left to come and stand next to me, and then it went all the way to a decider.
Yeah, I do.
Another. Well, it decides to go down. Treble 60 to leave the double.
108.
That target also evading him.
$41. Paul, you require 32.
So Hoagie to level us up then. Double 16. Down the barrel on the inside.
Game shot
Perfectly
on the fourth
executed.
leg, Hogan.
My Crocodile Dundee.
Fifth leg is Johnny to throw first. Game on.
Crocodile Dundee looking to find that bit of bite.
Like you said in an early game, a change of shirt. No crocodile on it.
No, but still rather reminiscent of the West Bromwich Albion baggies colours, the away strip of yellow and green.
26.
Currently find themselves in the relegation zone in the EFL Championship at this present moment in time. In fact, he's hoping that he's going to have a better time than the baggies themselves have had in Portsmouth over the course of the last 7 days, because his beloved team were beaten by Pompey 3-0 in the league at Fratton Park at the weekend.
I did see that and I thought, then the sun came out and I thought, that's Henry smiling down in Portsmouth with his lovely white teeth. The sun's come out. Pompey must have won.
Doesn't happen often.
What, are you smiling or the sun coming out?
I don't think I have a problem smiling. But there were so many tears of joy following that win on Saturday that the pitch got waterlogged for Tuesday night.
Yeah, I heard.
Well, decide to use the ball there, Paul Hogan.
61.
Really good setup that from Johnny. It's just gone quiet for a couple of legs, but just beginning to find the radar again.
It was a risky move to use the ball. It failed for Hogan, but opened a door
45.
for Haynes.
Johnny
and
required
Haynes
24.
kicked it wide open. Double 12 for him now. It's now 3-2.
Johnny Haynes. Sixth leg is Paul to throw first. Game on.
Hoagie's been good at holding throw.
100.
And this is always the toughest leg to hold. The sixth leg. Always really tough 59. To hold on to. The pressure's all on you. Your opponent sort of sat there on 3 already. He's thrown with an element of freedom and relaxation, knowing that if it goes to the last leg, he's got the darts.
81.
So you feel that Haynes is feeling mentally that he's sat pretty here. It's Hogan that has all the work to do.
100.
A very elegant dart over the top of the 2 that looked like they were blocking. But he would have done that many, many times over 85. His darting years.
Well, to paraphrase that very popular confectionery company, there is a dart and a half in everyone, and that was a dart and a half there from Johnny Haynes.
140.
For Hogan pressing to take us all the way, and it'd be the 3rd consecutive match at the beginning of tonight's
95.
proceedings that would see the full 7 legs be played. Well, has Johnny Haynes got other ideas?
124. Paul, you require 140.
Well, the 140 is not going to get got, and so Haynes from here should get at least a match dart to
Johnny, you require
wrap this
78.
game up and to get his first win of the evening.
Yeah, Hoagie needed a ton there to pressure the shot of Johnny Haynes. Johnny Haynes goes into the wrong bed. What's that, he asked? It's double 3, I believe. 72. It is double 3 and he missed. So Hogan,
Paul, you require
big chance
80.
here. Has to stay straight with the first dart. He does. Has to go over that one. Gonna get 1 dart. Have to believe and back yourself.
40.
He's gone over the top with that one as well.
Johnny, you require 6.
Haynes comes back for the dodgy double 3.
That dodgy decides to split. And gets the double 2 and
Johnny
gets off the
Haynes.
mark in this Group B. He beats Paul Hogan by 4 legs to 2. Crocodile Dundee has played 2 of the opening 3 matches, but he's lost both of those affairs. Haynes running out a 4-2 winner. And for Paul Hogan, the tail of the tape, quite simply, is missed darts at a double. 12 of them in that contest. Coming up after the break, one of Steve Lennon and Carl Wilson have got to get the 4 points. And I'll get some teeth back in. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. We're in Group B action on this Thursday night from the Live Lounge in Portsmouth, and we played 3 matches so far in this session. Before the break, Johnny Haynes got the better of Paul Hogan by 4 legs to 2. And so that means Haynes, Wilson, Lennon all on 2 points. Paul Hogan now halfway through his night, 2 matches played and no wins to his name. Radek, Szaganski, the other player in the group. So for one of Carl and Steve, a chance to move on to 4 points, a chance to take the early ascendancy as far as this Group B is concerned. For Steve Lennon, he got the better of Paul Hogan in the last leg to side of 4-3 to get himself up and running. Average of 81.05. 4 from 12 in terms of his doubling. As for Carl Wilson, for large swathes of his match against Radek Szaganski, he was averaging high into the 90s, tickling the ton. But in the end, an average 93.5, 4 118s, 4 from 11 on his doubles en route to a 4-3 win against the pole. But who, Scott Mitchell's going to be in pole position come the end of this particular contest?
Very good question. I can't answer that at this particular moment in time because I'm sat on the fence. But you would say both these guys have had an impressive start to the Group B campaign.
57. $100.
Not all the time it has to be impressive. It just has to be a good start and a winning start and getting numbers on the board. And
140.
I have to say, Carl Wilson was super impressive with his 93 average against Szaganski.
137.
It was definitely the pick of the game so far this evening, that one.
Well, Steve Lennon went shopping around for trebles in the previous turn, picks off 2 of them and leaves himself on 119 here to get himself up and running. Treble 20 for tops. Not to be, and so Wilson looking at 104
59.
To get an opening leg break.
104.
And the 16s. Because 4 of them leaves double top.
Game shot on the first
and that's
leg.
all 104 points deposited in 3 darts. And Carl Wilson up and running.
Second
breaking the throw with Steve Lennon from the get-go and doing so impressively.
Game on.
Yeah, Wilson, one of those, just gets on with the game, tries not to let what's going on around him bother him, just concentrates on himself.
177. $100.
Well, Lennon here.
140.
5 into the 9. That 140 with Wilson on throw. He's just tapping Steve on the shoulder, knowing that he cannot lose sight in this leg.
128.
Yeah, super visit from Lennon there.
96. Steve, you require 56.
Lennon will 16 tops here.
16.
It doesn't go, and
Carl, you
just
require
seen Wilson do a
105.
104. He's now sat on a 105. Start with a treble 20, treble 15, double top.
80.
Yeah, he did it again, didn't he?
Steve, you require 40.
Gave that dart every chance, please. Now giving Steve Lennon a chance.
Game
he
shot
makes
in
no
the second
mistake on
leg,
tops.
Steve
The 13
Lennon.
dart break back one apiece. Now, you may see on the
Third leg is Steve
left
to throw
sleeve
first.
of Carl Wilson's shirt a black ribbon on there. And that is in tribute to a friend of his by the name of Tony, who recently passed away.
58.
So a fitting tribute that from Gok, who I'm sure will be a source of inspiration for him tonight.
60.
Man, very proud of his route, very proud of his Kent roots. Has the
140.
Invicta horse on the back of his shirt. That the official county crest of Kent.
140.
Find it on the coat of arms.
98.
It's interesting because a lot of those insignias go back to Roman times, we were actually studying last week with Glenn Durrant the origins of why Middlesex and Essex have 3 swords on their coat of arms, and it goes back to Saxony, and when the Saxons took over and ruled the roost, Middlesex was Middle Saxony and Essex was East Saxony, or East Saxon, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, well done, Baldrick. Lovely bit of history lesson there.
I'm not bold, I'm not called Rick.
Back in the Blackadder times then, weren't we?
$97. Cole, you require
Big
110.
pick off for the last, leaving Lennon on 67. Wilson 110, having already taken out the 104 and scared the 105.
65. Stevie requires 67.
Double 16.
Game.
Nothing's coming easy for Steve Lennon. That's a compliment to Carl Wilson, the way he's playing. But he's keeping his cool and he's taking the chances when they come. And Scuba Steve is 2-1 up.
Game on.
I've come to the conclusion, I think Carl Wilson practices the bullseye an awful lot. We've seen him go for 65 a couple of times and hit the bullseye, and there he had 70 left. I went for the bullseye to leave double 10. But by hitting the 25, left himself a comfortable 2-darter as well.
60.
Good bit of ball management for me, that.
$140.
It's a piece of balls management where he was thinking out of the box, and
140.
you see an awful lot of that. And with Szaganski, we'll see a lot of thinking out of the box to try and get him down to 32. We've been watching him do that in Group A all week.
98. $95. Cole, you require 140.
So 140 for Wilson, and 6 darts from here to square up at 2-2. And he's going to need the full quota, but what he is going to do is leave himself on tops after 12. Not for the first time in this game has a player done that. This has been a high-quality contest.
Yes, scoring's been quality
93.
so far this
Cole, you
evening.
require 40.
This doubling hasn't been far behind.
Aim shot in the 4th leg. Cole
Right
Wilson.
on cue. 2-2.
5th leg, it's Steve to throw first.
As Carl
Game
Wilson
on.
levels it up.
Well,
Picks off a couple of trebles there for Steve Lennon. Just took a second to himself, Steve, before kicking off the 5th leg. Just recomposing himself. He doesn't look like the type of player that gets overly bothered or perturbed by anything that happens in a contest.
97.
I can agree with that. He doesn't generally get too flustered, which is a good thing for a dart player.
Hang on a minute. Here comes Wilson, who here is averaging 105.09 in this game. First max of the contest. And Steve Lennon is beginning to be put under it. Scuba Steve could be beginning the sink in a few moments' time, because Wilson, having taken the throw, is really beginning to put his foot on the pedal.
98.
And he's left a ton after 9.
Yeah, brilliant stuff once again from Wilson.
$55.
Double treble visits, crucifying Lennon in the scoring pattern. And now
$80. Stevie require 155.
Well, hang on to your hats. If Lennon gets this, one will be one of the biggest moments of his week so far. It will certainly change the complexion of this game. Treble 16's not got. And so
123.
Carl Wilson comes back for double 10.
20.
With Steve Lennon leaving himself on 32. He's looking for the bullseye if he got the treble 16. And he's got a chance at the 32.
No score.
Wilson has spent 3 at double 10.
Steve, you require 32.
He spent 5 to win this leg.
He's got to creep his way the other way.
No score.
He did, but not enough. Massive turning point in the match,
20.
that. And Wilson steps in and breaks throat. 16 dart breaker throw.
Sixth leg is
I'll
Carl
be
to
a bit
throw
disappointed
first.
with that. Sometimes
Game
you have to
on.
give credit where it's due.
.18 past 11 on this Thursday night.
85.
Into game 4 of our session. If you're just joining us here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth, Carl Wilson 3, Steve Lennon 2. The winner of this will move on to 4 points in the group, having won their opening matches of the night. Lennon piling in his first max of the contest. One apiece in that particular department.
60.
In terms of the numbers, Steve Lennon averaging 94.182 from 7 in terms of his finishing. Carl Wilson 96.94. 3 for 9 on the outer ring in this contest. Kicked the game off with a 104 checkout. But there's a potential from this point onwards. That's a big fun with the last there for Carl. Lennon still overturned the throw in this leg. 2-6-3 apiece. Might well be the third game in 4 that we've watched tonight
99.
that goes all the way to a last leg decider.
$96. Steve, you require 164.
So both players going to get a go in the 160s. Lennon hits the first. Treble 18 hasn't gone. Back to the treble 20.
124. Carl, you
He's
require
left tops and
167.
Wilson now for the 167 for the match. Treble 19, yes, and it's bullseye. He's been good on the bullseye.
120.
Not on this occasion.
Steve,
Line was okay, pulled it low.
40.
And so Lennon returns for tops to take us the distance. And he makes no mistake. That's the second time he's broken in 13 darts. And we go all the way. 4 games played. 3 of them have gone 4-3. The other one went 4-2.
Game on.
We thought it was one of those groups where it was going to be hard to differentiate the 5 players. It's certainly proving to be the case in the opening 4 matches. Lennon with the darts in leg 7.
85.
And that is a huge last dart. Because if he didn't find the trouble there, Wilson was in business.
Yeah, in full agreement with that. Looks like Wilson's in business anyway. What a time to hit a 180. First throw against the throat. You're now forcing your opponent to have to hit a treble again.
140.
Oh, it's a good response. Good response from Lennon. Good stuff, this.
$60.
However, he's only backed it up with a 60, and all of a sudden the 2 decent scores of Lennon outweighs the 1 very good one of Carl Wilson.
I can sit here and watch games like this all day long, Henry. This is good stuff.
Well, this last leg is seesawing. For whom will the pendulum swing upon? Wilson needed a dart at the treble with his last, and he finds said treble to leave himself on a finish after 9.
Did really well. He's not just left a finish, he's left the finish.
55.
And he's got 6. Lennon's left 162. He's got time and space. He doesn't have to go for it if he doesn't want to. And we'll never know the answer.
98.
Yeah, he's always a go for it man, Wilson, I'd say.
$82. Collier requires 72.
Well, this has been hard fought, shall I say, from the pair. Wilson looking at double 12 to wrap
Game
up
shot
a 4-3 win and a 4T data to get the job done. And some performance as well. An average just underneath the 99 mark. 4 from 11 in terms of his finishing. It kicked off with a 104 checkout. And Carl Wilson is the first player on to 4 points in this group. He has control of this group at this early stage. Coming up after the break, Radek Szaganski takes on Johnny Haynes. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, who completed 4 games on this Thursday night. And before the break, we saw Carl Wilson get the better of Steve Lennon by 4 legs to 3. Averaging 98.88, 4 from 11 on his doubles and a 104 checkout en route. He is the first player on to 4 points. The only player still with an unblemished record, although Radek Szaganski looking to make it making it into 2 points against Johnny Haynes, looking to make it 2 from 2.
First leg is Radek to throw
victory
first.
in this one.
Game on.
And for Radek, he lost out in the last leg deciding a high-quality contest, it has to be said, against Carl Wilson 4-3, averaged 88.47, but his undoing in that contest was missing 10 darts at a double. And Carl Wilson, as a consequence,
60.
was able to pick his pocket. Up against Johnny Haynes, who got the better of Paul Hogan 4-2 in his opener.
60.
And you get the sense that Szaganski will not be able to have similar row on the outer ring against Johnny Haynes.
100.
A nice pace of game here from these two.
83.
A pace that seems to suit each player.
100. 60. Radek, you require 141.
Well, 6 from here for Szaganski to go 1-0 to the good. The 1-4-1 isn't going to be profited. But what he is going to do is leave himself on 2-8 when he comes back. Really good start out the gate this from the pole.
100. Radek, you require 16.
True twos.
Game shot in the first
They
leg.
never lose. And
Radek
Szaganski's one up.
Yeah, nicely finished there.
Second leg is
Trouble
Johnny
in
to
the
throw
doubles
first.
really with the first
Game
two
on.
darts, but nicely done with the last.
81. 134.
This is what you would call a proper contest between two players we both know can play at high levels, but two players also that ain't going to give us any kind of history on it. They're just going to get up and get on with the game.
$121.
Haynes doing all he can here to bite back, and Szaganski
123.
is the first to a finish. 144. I've seen the 144 this week.
Radek,
Unfortunately, the player had 148 left at the time. In the form of Lars Erik Lindgren.
128. Johnny, you require 102.
Szaganski's left himself in situ, but he'll be hanging on to his hard hat. Number 19 for tops. Tops. Well, that's a great act of escapology there for Johnny Haynes. Following the errant first dart, recovers the situation well, takes out the 102, and levels us up at one apiece.
Game on.
Yeah, took out a 120 in his last match against Paul Hogan.
119.
Second ton topper of the evening with a 102, and how important is that going to be in the shape of the evening?
60.
Showed a lot of belief, that one.
140.
Big 102. Szaganski was thinking the leg was going to be his. And to be fair, he'd worked hard enough to get it. But Haynes was having none of it.
Well, he left himself on double-8 after 12 against the throw. He gave himself every opportunity, but Johnny Haynes picked him apart.
140.
But this is a really good response from the pole. As you said, no histrionics, and no one will really let their head bow down, and Szaganski showed all of those qualities here.
140.
And he's looking, ironically, at the 102 himself here.
Yeah, 119, 140, 140 leaves him 102. Anything that he didn't want was a 3, but he's gone that route.
$123. Radek, you require 32.
Double 16.
Game shot in the
13
third
darter.
leg. Radek Szaganski.
2-1 Szaganski, averaging just under 104.
Fourth leg is Johnny to throw first. Game on.
Well, have a look at them averages, Scott. Real good contest, this.
Yeah, really tidy.
40.
Szaganski looking really good, even though he sort of used the dart 2 extra in that end of that last leg.
60.
Scratch of the head from Haynes.
140.
As he went troubleless for the second time already this leg. Now really needs to hit in. Stay in touch with Szaganski, who's turned the throw now effectively.
39. 134.
I'm going to give Radek one bit of credit here. He's one of those players you look at and you think, no matter what the situation, he always keeps himself going. He's got a bit of a heart of a lion, hasn't he?
He has.
60. Radek, you require 142.
142 for Radek. Not going to go on this occasion.
59.
Decided to come out. The route was blocked to the treble 20. The other reason for coming out was because he left 83 and he can go treble 17, double 16.
30.
He's on a mission as all routes head back to double 16. We've seen it a few times. Now it leads to bullseye.
58.
Not to be on this occasion, but a great attempt. Haynes to save himself again. 117, treble 19. Doesn't go. Treble 18.
57.
That doesn't go either. So
25.
Szaganski here can go 3-1. Double 18 coming down the barrel. Oh, beautifully done.
Leg, Radek Szaganski.
And he's finally got the lead that he's playing this game has thoroughly deserved. 2 clear.
Game on.
And with the darts here to get off the mark and to get his first win of the night.
He was a touch unlucky against Carl Wilson, where he went down 4-3 in his earlier match.
125.
Upped his average by 4 or 5 points this time round. And really putting Haynes to the cosh here.
And the reason why the average has gone up 4 or 5 points and a bit more in excess of that is the fact that he's hitting doubles more consistently than he did in his opening match. He averaged 88.5 against Carl Wilson, despite missing 10 darts at a double. So there was never an issue in terms of the scoring. It was just converting chances when they were afforded to him, which he's
59.
been better suited in terms of doing in this game than he did in his opener.
$60.
And he's got 6 here from 208 to wrap this match up, get the job done, and to get on the ball for the night.
60.
Haynes looking at a 140 if he can, ton at least.
60.
Unable to get.
Radek,
And this would be some way to round the job off, some way to put the cap. But he's not going to find the second treble, which would have allowed him a dart at double 14.
Johnny, you require 116.
And so Hayes to save it. Not to beat. There's a more tangible chance for Radek Szaganski to get his first win of the night
56.
on the board.
Radek, you require 65.
Can he get it with double top?
25.
Goes just high.
Johnny, you require 60.
This is the big 20, but Haynes usually only needs 1 dart at tops.
20.
That one was wild, wasn't it?
Radek, you require 40.
High, wide, and it looks like he's going to be legless. because Radek
Game shot and the
Szaganski
match,
seals the
Radek
deal
Szaganski.
and wraps up a 4-1 win against Johnny Haynes. He gets his first points on the board, and it means that Carl Wilson at the halfway point of the night has a 2-point lead at the Summit in Group B. Like the tail of the tape from Game 5, Szaganski a 4-1 winner over the punk Johnny Haynes. Next up, Paul Hogan takes on Carl Wilson. Top meets bottom. We're halfway through the night here in Group B of the Modus Super Series, and before the break we saw Radek Szaganski get the better of Johnny Haynes by 4 legs to 1. At the halfway point of the group, it's Carl Wilson that leads the way. 2 games played, 2 wins for him, the only player still with a 100% record. Radek Szaganski, Steve Lennon and Johnny Haynes have all picked up 1 win apiece, whilst Paul Hogan is the only pointless player as far as this group is concerned, as we head into match number 6 of the evening, which is a meeting between top and bottom. Carl Wilson taking on Paul Hogan. And for Carl, if he can win this, he'll be on 6 points and he'd have a chance right at the very end of the night to try and complete the card. He plays Johnny Haynes in match number 8 for Paul Hogan. He has 1 more to go after this, and he'll take on Radek Szaganski, that in game 9 of the night. So, game 6 of 10, we're coming to you live on Pluto TV on your smart TV, your smart device. And if you haven't done so already, you can download the Pluto TV app. It's available via the Apple App Store, Google Play, wherever you get your apps from. And you can take the darts with you on the move anytime by downloading the Pluto TV app. So it's Hogan to get us underway in game 6 of the night, searching for his first victory of the evening against Carl Wilson, who has been word perfect so far. Scott Mitchell's alongside me here in the commentary box for all of the action on this Thursday evening. Is it as simplistic as saying in terms of where Paul Hogan needs to sharpen up is on the outer ring? Missed 12 at a double against Johnny Haynes, missed 6 at a double against Steve Lennon.
140.
Yeah, possibly. I think the odd leg here or there. We know how it turns a game, and he's been playing atrociously bad or anything like that. It's just that he's had a couple of big moments go against him, but those moments were offered up by him by missing doubles. So
140.
It's a bit of a yes and no answer for me, really. I think he's got legs in him, and there's definitely wins in him. There's no two ways about that.
63.
But he's in such a competitive group. You said it at the top of the show. You know, you've got to be careful that you don't go on a run of losing too many in a row. And unfortunately for Paul, he's lost a couple in a row, and that makes life difficult to come back from. Having been in the situation myself.
Well, that first dart dropped dramatically low.
58.
Almost low enough. It was out of our camera sight. Hogan looking at 64 to hold firm in leg 1, but he's missed the big number. And I suppose that's systematic of a man who's having a bit of a troublesome night up to press.
32.
The last thing he needs now is Carl Wilson taking this 112 out, but we've seen him getting attempts, not this time around, and it's
88.
We've seen Wilson outscored to the double either, but we've seen it this time round. So Hoagie has to make hay while the sun shines.
Game shot on the first leg.
Crocodile Dundee bites back. No damage done to the missed double.
Game on.
A sarcastic, yay, I got a leg. Finally got it.
Well, he's not lost his sense of humour. However, that may have just awoken the beast as Carl Wilson fires in a max to kick off leg 2.
100.
Yeah, it may well have done.
$140.
This is more than tidy. This is world class from Carl Wilson.
It really is, and he's getting himself down.
140.
To that neck of the woods. Double treble visits and treble visits.
137.
Makes it 7 for Wilson tonight already. Scoring power, really right on it and up there with the very best.
123. Carl, you require 44.
Potential 11 darter. Doesn't all do.
Shot on the second
and
leg.
we're level at 1 apiece.
Third leg is pulled.
Yeah, nice little touch that from Hoagie.
Game on.
Appreciating such a good leg of darts.
All annoy him is at this present moment in time, even playing at his best, somebody's finding something of similar proportions.
95.
I feel that Hoagie's got to keep this up.
140.
To keep Wilson off his tail.
56.
Angle of Wilson's darts there, causing him a problem on the treble 20, so moved down to the 19s, but was unsuccessful. Moved across to the 17s and was unsuccessful, but no such problem for Paul Hogan here. He's now left 44 after 9. And his average up, running at 116 at the minute.
Paul, you require 44.
Carl Wilson on 105. Double 16 here for Hogan.
Game shot in the third leg. Paul Hogan.
And all the authority of a man running a plus 110 average.
Fourth leg is Carl to throw first. Game on.
Well, this game has been exceptional. Hogan held in 16 in the opener. Wilson fired back with a dozen darter. Hogan with an 11 to lead 2-1. And this match has been tungsten heaven so far. It's been a treat as we approach midnight here on this Thursday evening on a wet and rainy Portsmouth night.
60.
We are being treated to a deluge of brilliance. And by the way, I hope you got your brolly, Scott, because it's meant to rain in Portsmouth for the next 10 days consecutively.
Is it really?
Yes.
60.
I went to Pop World and did a rain dance at the weekend, and now we can't get rid of the stuff.
I usually like my weather ladies with longer hair. But yeah, thanks for that.
58.
Of course, Scott Mitchell, you're not allowed in Pop World.
No, I was far too old.
Which is ironic because you're quite young for Pop World as Hogan piles in a max.
180.
Max number 2, averaging 111.
100.
And he may well be pegged back. And he does not want that.
81.
This would sting if it goes.
106.
Oh, this would hurt. This would hurt. Oh, that would have really stung.
Paul, you require 120.
Tops for the 120. Tops
80.
just high.
Carl, you require 32.
Right smile from Hoagie. Gave it a good go. Wilson,
Game shot in the fourth
as
leg.
he does,
Carl Wilson.
one outside and one in on that 16s route, generally. Brings
Fifth
it back
leg,
to
it's Paul to
2-2.
throw first. Game on.
Hogan's still on a 107 average and thrown the kitchen sink at Wilson, but he's still there. And he's just shy of a ton himself.
140.
On 99.85. Real good contest, this one.
135.
Proper tungsten jewel this. Now, it's around about half a century of occasions where we've seen both players average a ton in a game at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. It seldom happens here where both pace set to such a high standard. But this has been one of those rare occasions. And I suppose from here it's a case of who blinks first.
Yeah, because both look really super comfortable at this pace and something's got to give.
100.
And it feels like it's going to be a moment of brilliance rather than somebody doing something which is ever-ridden that's going to determine this game. Wilson looking at 107, and you wouldn't put it past him at all. And if he gets it, he'll have the darts in the next
107.
to go on and win this match. And from here, he should get a dart at a double. He is going to get a dart, a double 16. Hogan watches on in the background.
91.
And he'll be thankful he's coming back.
96.
Will he go double here?
Game shot
He
in
does
the fifth
indeed.
leg. Paul Hogan.
Well executed from Hogan. Once again appreciated
Sixth leg is
by
Carl
Wilson.
first.
Hogan still doing
Game
that.
on.
105. Wilson on a 103. This is top drawer entertainment here of the darting kind.
60.
For For those watching tonight on Pluto TV.
Well, this has been an absolute humdinger.
140. $60.
Well, that's his third max of the game. The average in excess of 110. But anything Hogan can do, Carl Wilson is trying to do just as well. But it may well be curtains for Carl because Hogan's got 6 from here to wrap up what has been a Super Series epic.
105.
Class once again from Hogan. As he finally broke the back of Wilson.
60.
Wilson goes trebleless. He hasn't done that very much in this match. 76 for Hogan. Big 20 and double 18.
40.
He hit the double 18 when he went double-double. But he knew he had time there. Didn't want to do anything stupid with that dart. But he hasn't got time now.
135. Paul, you require
What
36.
a riposte for Carl Wilson. What a match. And it's a game that's won by Paul Hogan with an average of 107.39. Those two threw absolutely everything at one another and left nothing out there. Paul Hogan gets his first win of the night, and what a performance it was to get it. And he had to play to that kind of level because, as you can see, Carl Wilson himself an average of 101.5, but it was those 5 missed darts at a double that came back to cost him. Coming up after the break, Steve Lennon and Radek Szaganski looking to follow up what was a live lounge classic. You don't really see the noise, but you'll hear the noise as this double 18 goes, because Jamie Owens has found a 156. And to get his first win on the board.
2 visits in hand here for Lonsdale to close this leg out. May only need 1. Double 16, nicely done.
the second leg, Tom Lonsdale.
That's if Turner doesn't take out 82 more, which he might.
Getting shown the first leg, Manning
beautiful.
Turner.
It's double top for the match, for the win. And into the top corner it goes. Double 8. Oh, that's magnificent from Darren Webster.
Darts a double 8.
Game shown the mark, Ashley Coleman.
Wants double 16. And he gets it.
For a big boom.
And a big bang it is.
3-6 for a body blow of his own. Double 8 is found. Coulson's in this semi-final. So this is how next week looks here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Group A sees Jamie Owens and Derek Coulson, 2 players who played at the previous Champions Week, going toe-to-toe. In Group B, we're going to see Darren Webster back for the first time in a couple of years. And the last time he was here, he made it through to Champions Week, and things got a little bit smelly for Demolition Man on that particular occasion. Group C sees the Prince of Darkness, Ashley Coleman, in with another shout of Super Series glory. Tom Lonsdale and Jonathan Platt joining the mix. We're live on from 9:30 on Monday morning, and we are here across Pluto TV. So, to game number 7 and a meeting between Steve Lennon and Radek Szaganski. That is the view from the top of the stage here. You can see our little commentary gantry in the top left-hand corner of your picture to the studio right at the very back. It's an amazing building here, the Modus Live Lounge in Portsmouth, full of history. It was once upon a time a former church, converted into a nightclub, into a bar, and now into a purpose-built venue. One of the boxing podcasters calls this the Cathedral of Darts. Or is that what one of the Nordic and Baltic experts say? But anyway, Lennon and Szaganski in game number 7 of our Tungsten Tussle tonight. For Scott Mitchell, it's got some going to overhaul what we saw before the break. Paul Hogan winning 4-2 with an average of 107.39.
Yeah, Hoagie doing what Hoagie does. Just when you think that he's out of the race and out of the picture, popped up with a lovely 107.
140.
It makes life difficult for himself after losing the first 2, but if he can win his last game as well, he'll be satisfied with the comeback that he's made. But these 2 guys now already giving it a good go and carrying on from where we left off. And that was unfortunate from Radek there. But Lennon just tried to float one over the top there and it went sideways. Sometimes when you're trying to fabricate that dart, it'll only happen 2 or 3 times out of 10.
140.
In the position he was in, maybe it's better to go for the bigger open target elsewhere, but who am I to say what to do? These guys are up there, I'm not. They know how they're feeling at this moment in time.
And nobody likes a pesky floater, Scott.
Nobody likes one of those.
133. Steve, you require 117.
117 then. To hang on to his throw. Szaganski hot on his tail. Double top. Oh, brilliant finish from Steve Lennon. That's some way to grab hold of the early impetus. Szaganski was breathing down his neck, but he manages to find a ton topper to keep him at bay.
Game on.
Yeah, no floaters there. Nice flush finish from Lennon.
96. $60. 134. 96. 98.
Well, Szaganski's definitely had the ups and downs tonight. Numbers pretty similar, but he's been either side of the coin as Lennon piles in his second max, and he is just beginning to hit the turbo here, Scott.
121.
Yeah, he's in attack mode, definitely. 180 with a 117 finish in leg one. The 180 has left himself 165, but he will now
125. Radek, you require 52.
leave tops, and Szaganski, after looking comfortable in the leg, now under masses of pressure,
Aim shot in the
does
second
take out the
leg.
double
Radek
eight. He does love that
Szaganski.
side of the board, doesn't he? And will do anything to get over there.
Third leg is Steve to throw first.
Oh, he's still on the 52 route, 20 to 32. There's an element of risk. But he doesn't worry about that risk because he's desperate to get to that side of the board, because he 9 times out of 10 finishes everything with darts in his hand.
Well, once again, we get to past leg 2 of a contest of both players averaging in excess of a ton. Lennon 102.2, Radek Szaganski averaging a ton dead. All the entertainment here as we pass midnight
46.
and we enter Friday here on the south coast of England. And we are really delivering in terms of darting drama tonight.
100.
Name me another channel where at this hour you can enjoy such entertainment.
60. 92. 58. 55. 140. 83.
137 for Lennon.
137.
Do you know what? I fancy this. Don't know. I just had a feeling.
59. Radek, you require 111.
That when I walked by the cake shop earlier.
It's not January anymore. You can have it if you want.
I know.
99. Steve, you require 78.
So 78 left here for Steve to put himself 2-1 up in the contest. He's got a real picture focus on him. But that tops just goes high. Szaganski here with a big opportunity to break on double six.
Slides across the hockey and does really well there to slide down the inside of the barrel, and Szaganski goes 2-1 up.
Fourth leg, it's Radek to throw first.
A ton plus, a 117 against Szaganski. And actually, Lennon's highest shot of the week was on Tuesday, which was a 146. Funny enough, against Szaganski.
100.
Saving his best for the poll. And actually, they do have one thing in common. They both live in Ireland. Radek living in Cork.
100.
Beautiful part of the world, I have to say. Brilliant people, too.
135.
It's one of them, if you've never been to Ireland, now I'm not here on the tourist board or anything, but I'd highly recommend going. Highly recommend going.
60.
But you wouldn't turn down a couple of free nights in a hotel on their behalf. Okay. We've got that.
81.
Scott, you know I'll go anywhere for a pound note.
Yeah, Absolutely. I do agree. It is a beautiful country indeed.
96.
I've been out there a couple of times. Chucking the tungstens. Great people.
60. $100.
So Szaganski 125 to go 2 clear, needing just one more for victory. Bull.
85.
Okay.
Steve, you require 145.
Well, he set up tops, but Lennon was on 145. Is this a dangerous play? Is he dicing with tungsten danger here, Radek Szaganski? Because Lennon's looking at tops.
100.
And he almost got sent
Radek,
to the
require
tungsten
40.
penitentiary there, Szaganski.
Game shot in the 4th leg. Radek
Yeah, he
Szaganski.
did. I Tony just mentioned it earlier. Lennon done a 146 against him on Tuesday. Nearly added the 145 as well.
First. Game on.
Szaganski now 3-1 up.
Well, he evaded the tungsten penitentiary and he's used his get out of jail free card. And now the shackles are off. And now he's beginning to hit maxes.
Yeah, up to 96 and a smidge on the average for Szaganski.
140.
Well, he dodged a bullet in the previous leg, and now he is beginning to speed clear of Scuba Steve.
He's hit the nitrous button, hasn't he? It's got fast and furious.
We speak about this so often with the modern game, how the top players are just such great front runners. And Szaganski, having opened up a gap, has just ran away here. 81 left after 9 to wrap this game up 4-1. And having lost his opener, this will be 2 wins on the spin going into his final match of the night against Paul Hogan. It's the bull. It's just low.
56. Steve, you require 164.
So Lennon on 164 here then. Taking his time, trying to get the first dart right. Not to be this time. Bit of a frown from Lennon.
63. Radek, you require 25.
25 for double 8 then. Szaganski down the barrel. We've seen him do this on that side of the board on many occasions. He takes a 4-1 win and inflects Lennon to a second defeat this evening. A really polished performance there from Szaganski. 93.96, 50% on the doubles. What was not to like about that? We head into a short break. Carl Wilson takes on Johnny Haynes on our return. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. We're playing Group B on day one of it, and it's live for you here on Pluto TV. And if you've just joined us, you missed out before the break on Radek Szaganski, the Pole who lives in Ireland, winning 4-1 over Steve Lennon. In the next matchup, we've got Carl Wilson taking on the veteran Johnny Haynes.
First leg is Carl to throw first.
Wilson, you have to say, has been on fire this evening. He has wins under his belt. He tops the table. He has the darts in this game against Haynes and looks favourite with a great 140 start. Haynes, his night, he opened it up with a win against Paul Hogan, but went down to Radek Szaganski 4-1. Now finds himself against Carl Wilson at the top of the table and still has a game to play. He'll be last game on tonight against Steve Lennon.
60.
Well, Carl Wilson will probably feel punch drunk after that previous game against Paul Hogan.
76.
And we did say before dart was thrown, Carl Wilson's the man we look at and think can do real reputable damage.
60.
And so far tonight, his numbers have correlated. Averages of 93.5, 98.88, and that 101.4 in defeat to Hogan. That is a world-class standard. That will stand up in a lot of arenas.
Yeah, I don't care where you are, what code you're playing, it will stand up anywhere.
Carl, you require 80.
Is the tops going to stand up?
60.
No, it just drops low, but he has got time on his side.
$137.
He's under pressure now.
20.
Yeah, big visit from Haynes.
Game
Good, big last start. Big last start from Wilson. And it's hard when you've been on the end of a defeat to a 107 average. You sometimes just got to hold your hands up and go, I did all I could with my 101 to try and stay with you. I didn't actually have the darts in that one either. So you have to be a little bit more philosophical about a game like that and
91.
not allow it to dent your confidence as a loss.
Well, even when he drops it on the floor, he does a Gezi Price to Johnny Haynes. Picks it back up. And then zooms in on the treble 20 again. Wilson's left himself on 350. If he finds a max, he finds himself on the maximum finish.
59.
It's the Paul Nicholson favourite.
Not going to be done this time, but yeah, Nico loves that 181.70 finish, doesn't he?
I'm sure if it was got, he would have raised a right eye.
A right eye indeed.
$99. Johnny,
Haynes looking at 114 to square the game up at one apiece. Triple 18 leads tops. Tops it is. Tops puts us on terms, and that's a third top plus checkout of the night for Johnny Haynes. The 114 joins the 120 and the 102 in his big finish catalogue. And the man from Swindon gets herself back on terms. 1-1.
He just doesn't go away, does he, Haynes?
$96.
Interestingly, just having a look at the odds for the week. Now, we were studying and crunching numbers before a dart was thrown at 1 o'clock this afternoon for Group C. And before a dart was thrown, Carl Wilson and Patrick Williams were both 4-1 joint favourites to win this week. Johnny Haynes was quoted at 5-1 joint third favourite alongside Steve Lennon to go on and lift the trophy come Saturday evening. So these two of the fancied horses with the odds compilers to gallop towards the finishing post when it comes to Saturday night.
Yeah, which one of these two horses are going to win by a head? It's easy to spot the difference here. One's in a green shirt, one's in a red shirt.
But Wilson here looking to poke the cage of Johnny Haynes.
96.
Well, this game hasn't quite gone pop like his previous match against Paul Hogan.
99.
Very difficult to perform like that 2 in a row.
Game shot in the third leg, Cole Wilson.
Once again, a nice finish whilst
Fourth leg is Johnny
under pressure again from Carl Wilson. And this is the part of the game that's changed for him, particularly in 2025, and
66.
kind of started having good runs in the ADC Windmill Tour.
43.
Which gets underway this weekend at the Bradmore Farm Complex in Aylesbury.
43.
And this year, the Tour Championship Finals is the biggest incarnation of the tournament we've ever seen, because the spaces for the tournament double, which means that we've got a Saturday and Sunday tournament this year. Saturday the 3rd of October, Sunday the 4th of October, the dates for the finals. But in terms of the actual Tour Championship itself, there's a Friday night warm-up event, live streaming with commentary. $40 match boards, 8 practice boards, over £11,000 prize fund. And of course, the opportunity to play here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth for the finals
100.
on October the 3rd and October the 4th, when it all comes to a head.
$85.
Well, forget Anton Mays. He was jumping jack for a second. A hop, a skip, and a jump.
137.
Yeah, the ADC really going forward, isn't it, with their big events? Lots of players looking for a spot in that one.
137. Johnny, you require 58.
Well, this for 2-2.
Single 18 for the double top. We know he loves.
The fourth leg, Johnny Haynes.
And we've seen Radek Szaganski head off to the
fifth leg is
16 double 8 region.
Game on.
But Johnny Haynes heads off to that tops. Absolutely loves it.
$43. $81. $125. $100. $96.
Nicely done again from Wilson. Finds a treble when he needs it.
42.
Haynes strays into the wrong bed for his liking. So Wilson now needs to make hay while the sun shines. Needs a treble with this last one
95.
and gets it. Nicely done. He's up there on 142. Haynes now needs a double treble visit to get on terms.
45.
Doesn't go, so once again,
142.
Wilson edges closer to the finish line in leg 5.
45.
Just diverts wide, and that slip, yeah, I know it leaves him on a 2 darter, but it just opens up the door for Johnny if he can find a couple of biggies.
93.
Takes off a treble with the last and leave himself on something.
Require 97.
So Wilson here, 97 to go, 3-2 to the good.
That's the referee for the score. He says, is it 66? Referee says
56.
yes. It's the
Johnny,
ball to leave,
140.
8-8. Haynes on 140 here. And I have a feeling, had he hit that first 60, he'd have gone tops.
60. Carl, you require 41.
So 41 here to go 3-2 to the good and to put himself one away. Decent guy. Can he just nest it over the top?
Game
Yes, he
shot on
can.
the fifth leg. Carl
Wilson 3-2 to the good. One away from victory. One
Sixth
away
leg is
from a
Johnny to
win,
throw
which will see him
first.
end his night
Game on.
3 from 4.
And it's one loss to 107 average. I would say that was a good
135.
night's work for me.
Yeah, not much you could have done about the match that so far he's lost. Of course, this game not exactly cut and dry just yet.
57. $28.
Well, that'll be music to Wilson's ears. And he'll be thinking, I've got to jump on top of all that. And he has done so far.
100.
Moved across to try and squeeze one in the left-hand corner of the treble, but slightly over-pitched.
83.
Johnny be disappointed with that, particularly after dart 1.
Yeah, definitely. Wilson back in there again.
81.
He'll be disappointed with the last dart on that occasion.
That sat in... Oh, he's done it again. Second time in as many visits. 192.
83.
And you know exactly what I'm going to say as well, Scott. 192. Should be looking 25. Anyway, grumpy old man will get off his pedestal.
Please do.
42. Carl, you require 164.
For the match. For the match. Not to be.
136. Johnny, you
That's
require
the next best thing, though.
Yeah, nicely done. Bullseye then for Haynes to save it.
93. Carl, you
It's an
require
unlucky
28.
13 with his last dart. Wilson then for 28. One out. One in.
Shot.
It's
And
the way that he does
Carl
it.
Wilson.
And once again, Wilson finds himself back on the winning trail. That was his last game of the evening, and he ends the evening with 3 wins out of 4. An 83 average to an 84. He won't be interested in that. The fact of the matter is it was another 2 points on the league table. We head into a short break, and when we come back, Radek Szaganski will take on Paul Hogan.
Welcome back to the live lounge in Portsmouth. It's the Modus Super Series. It's now Friday morning here on the south coast of England, 12:32 to be precise. And we've got 2 more matches to go in this Group B campaign. And we're going to see Paul Hogan and Radek Szaganski for the final time this evening. Hogan, off the back of his best performance of the best performance of the week so far. An average of 107.39 in a 4-2 win over Carl Wilson. Was 4 from 6 on his doubles in that game against Carl. Carl responded before the break.
Radek to throw first.
Averaged 18 points fewer, yet got a 4-2 win over Johnny Haynes, who we'll see at the end of the night take on Steve Lennon. But it's Szaganski and Hogan in full focus here. Szaganski on 4 points, could join Carl on 6. If he wins this game by any margin, he'll be top of the table overnight. If Paul Hogan was to win this, then he'll be on 4, and there'd be a possibility, well, there'd be a guarantee that you'd have Carl Wilson at the top on 6, and then 3 other players on 4, because Steve Lennon and Johnny Haynes going head-to-head in the final match of the night are both on 2 points going into that final fixture. So those are the permutations. That's how the table lies. And that is the first max of this game. And it goes the way of Paul Hogan.
Continuing where he left off in his previous match. Against Carl Wilson.
60. 100.
Well,
Paul, you require
1-2-4 plays 1-6-1, but it's Hogan on the bigger finish, but the first poke he's not going to get. And so Szaganski will come back to take a 1-0 lead in this contest, looking
50.
at 1-2-4.
Radek, you require 124.
Yeah, this is the 25, trying to leave 96.
108. Paul, you require 111.
Aye, aye, aye. No, no, no.
70. Radek, you require 16.
Last couple of throws for Hogan, just the wrong side of everything. Not a million miles away.
12.
Szaganski now has opened up a really, really big chance for Hogan to break here. 9 for double 16. Nicely done.
In the first leg.
Hogan just took his time there. Didn't want to rush and throw his dart away.
Second leg is Paul to throw
so
first.
Gathered and composed.
Game
and
on.
Nicely done from Hogan.
Certainly finding something better as we head towards the back end of the evening. The big problem for Paul at the beginning of the night was missed darts at a double, in particular in his second game against Johnny Haynes, in which he lost 4-2, missed 12 darts at the outer ring. Put that right against Carl Wilson amidst everything else. 4 from 6 and up and running here.
140.
Radek Szaganski's got to be a little bit careful, because Hogan's just beginning to go through the gears, and he may well be left behind as a consequence.
$100.
Hogan a feeling that he was a little bit unfortunate for more there.
26.
The treble 20, absolutely surrounded. Still sees himself on 1-2-1. 61. Goes to the 25.
113.
That tends to happen. 1-2-1 could have started on the 25, and then if that had happened, would have left him 71. So maybe if he'd have gone the other way there with his opponent on 3-1-6.
Paul, you require 8.
Maybe could have been the play.
Forget Sod's Law, it's called Murphy's Law around this place.
Game.
As Hogan finds the double 4 for 14 darter at a 2-0 lead.
Third leg is Radek to throw first.
Hi Murph, if you're watching.
And if you do miss the 25 when you're on the 1-2-1 that way,
83.
you can leave yourself in a spot of bother, but All's well that ends well.
Well, plenty to look forward to towards the end of the night. One more game after this. Johnny Haynes takes on Steve Lennon, which will also include the answer to the tungsten teaser.
100.
I'm sure you've been staying up all night waiting to hear the answer.
100.
There's a nation, Scott, on absolute tenterhooks.
There he is, and they're probably so tired they can't even remember the question.
Yeah, the question was, who did Johnny Haynes beat to win his solitary weekly title here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth? And if you do want to get in touch with us and you do want to send your answer in, then tweet us at MSS Darts, hashtag tungsten teaser.
100.
And Szaganski piles in a max and even self 57 after 12. He said that he needed to find something here, otherwise he could find himself all at sea. To his credit, he's left himself on a single to double after a dozen. And he's had to.
180. Radek, you require 57.
Great passage of play here from these two.
And leg,
Szaganski gets a 14 darter. Good stuff from the pair of them.
Fourth leg is Porter for
in
first.
reference to the tungsten teaser, Johnny Haynes is that old. I can also give you the year. It was in the same year that Jesus played left back for Nazareth.
81.
Swiftly moving on.
We are in a former church. Leave me alone.
The confessional booth has long gone from this building, Scott, I'll let you know.
Oh no, they just moved it
100.
closer to the sky and put a nice little window in it so that we could see out.
100. $85. $97.
He's been leaving that 138 a few times, Scott.
97. Paul, you
Yeah, he
require
does.
138.
He always goes up top for it, the old-fashioned way.
60.
Age way is that?
Radek, you require 134.
70, treble 19, isn't it?
60. Paul, you require 78.
To go too clear, averaging just under 98 in this game, Paul Hogan. And he could be too clear in this game if he finds double 12. There's daylight between these two under the nighttime lights. Hogan 3-1 up.
Fifth leg, it's Radek to throw first.
And one leg away from ending his night with 2 wins and 2 defeats, antiphasising his start.
$180.
It's been a bit of a salvage job for Hoagie, hasn't it, really? With such a bad start, it kind of it's woken him into action, and it's becoming a bit of a 180 fest here.
Well, Paul Hogan's probably thinking, why couldn't we start this group closer to midnight than we did 10 o'clock? Because once he's got going, my word, has he got going.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. He really has. It was like he needed to have those 2 losses to give him a bit of a wake-up call.
100.
Kick up
Radek,
the
you require
derriere.
121.
Well, this could be back-to-back tub plus averages if he can convert from this position. However, double 14 for the 1-2-1. 1-2-1 got.
The fifth leg, Radek Szaganski.
And I tell you what, real credit there. His back was against the wall. If he didn't take it, he may have lost the match.
Sixth leg is Paul to throw first.
But Radek Szaganski keeps his cool under the cauldron heat, and we're back to 3-2. And Hogan has the darts here to win the match.
121.
Yeah, Szaganski was brave there as well. He went for the treble 14. Wasn't happy in the situation to just settle for the big 14 and get himself a dart at the ball. Really was some super stuff there from Szaganski.
100.
You feel this is Hogan's chance to close out the game, but
140.
Szaganski is not letting him go here. Big 140. Hogan cannot afford to go trebleless here.
22.
Not only does he go trebleless, he only hit one single 20, so Szaganski has turned the throw.
140.
And now turned the throw well with that 140. 100, 140, 140. Here's Szaganski's 9 darts here.
140.
Absolutely world class.
121.
And look what he's left again. Is he going to have another look? Of course he's going to have another look. Oh, it was almost back-to-back 1-2-1 different ways.
118.
For this to get his number.
Had to stay straight. He knows that's a big error. Now all he can do, hit the treble 19.
Radek, you require
leave
25.
himself on 36. Back to that area of the board that Szaganski loves. Really went at it. A bit fly, wasn't he?
No
but now
score.
he's gone into the wrong bed.
Paul, you require
So this is all about
36.
Hogan now. Holding it together and taking out the double 18.
Well, at the beginning of the night, his best friend in terms of doubling was his nemesis. He goes inside there and misses
18.
2 more at double 9. This game is not over.
Radek, you require 25.
No, but is this leg 9 for double 8?
Game
Makes
shot
no
of the
mistake
sixth
on going
leg, Radek
inside this time
Szaganski.
round.
7th and decided leg is Radek to throw first.
Knows he's let a chance slip there.
Game on.
And with the scoring power of Szaganski, he knows he could have a problem here. And you can see him
100.
rating himself in the background scene there. Average-wise, Hogan's been the better player. He's running a 97 average to Szaganski's 90. But you can do this. You can do this when you've got the darts. You can win matches when you're 8 or 10 points behind in the averages. You've just got to hold your own throw.
140.
But these two still going at it, hammer and tongs. 100, 140 for both men here as the first 6 darts to open it up. Another 140 for Szaganski. Hogan has to do the same, you feel. 100 won't be enough, surely.
This is proper.
140. Radek, you require 121.
This is Modus Super Series Manifest. It's the ball for another one of these 1-2-1 finishes.
90.
He's hit one and missed the ball for 2 more. And he could be hoisted by that petard because Hogan's looking at the self-same finish but goes wide with dart 1.
Disappointment for Hogan. But the 25 isn't a done deal for Szaganski.
81. Radek, you require 25.
Particularly not for a man who's only 3 from 10 in terms of his doubling. And he's clipped 2 on the wire with double 8. Hogan's back for the match. 3 at tops.
Paul, you require 40.
Time to fill your boots, Hoagie. And he does indeed. Makes no mistake. Used his experience, took his time. Another ripper of a game there that Paul Hogan's involved with. Pleased to see the double top go in. Puts himself back in and with a shout of qualification. Yes, indeed, Hoagie. You're right to clench your fist. 99 average, 50% on the doubles. Nothing not to like about that game at all. We head into a short break, and on our return, it's Johnny Haynes against Steve Lennon for our last match of the evening.
Our last game of the day. We kicked off at 1 o'clock this afternoon with Group C action here. And we kicked off with Lewis Gurney 4, Archie Self 3. And we're going to end 12 hours later with Johnny Haynes against Steve Lennon. Keeping me entertained over the last 25 matches has been the 2015 champion of the world, Scott Mitchell. One final match, but this is an intriguing match and a big match in terms of who can finish on 4 points in the group and join Radek, Szaganski and Paul Hogan on 4. We know Carl Wilson's going to lead the way on 6, but the player consequently who loses this is going to be bottom of the pile with work to do overnight.
Yeah, and probably won't quite sleep so well as the rest because they will have extra to do tomorrow, and we know you start with less games With only 4 matches to do it, so it does change the complexion of the whole job. We knew this was going to be a tough group. Been ultra competitive this evening.
$83.
Shake of the head there from Johnny, and just looking at his numbers in the previous game, tailed off towards the latter end. Is he just beginning to run out of steam as this night's beginning to come to a close, perhaps?
Yeah, possibly. Probably travelled down earlier today.
59.
Got up at the usual time, and most of the guys aren't used to playing at this time of night.
46.
But we did say yesterday about how you come into this place.
60.
You don't really know what the outside is doing. You're in a bit of a time warp once you come into the building. You're concentrating on playing and doing your thing and trying to add points to your table. And when it's all over and done and you walk outside, that's a tad unlucky. That's a genuine bounce out off the blade.
Steve, you require
tight wires of these
170.
Winmore boards. It was a treble 20 as well. It was on the red side of the wire, not the black side.
134.
I have to say, Lennon's done a
95.
masterful job of leaving himself
75. Steve's last score was 134.
Should be sat on 36 on the scoreboard.
Well, just getting all the scores right. And we should be ready to come back and see Steve Lennon have 3 darts at double 18 to take out this opening leg. Haynes is left on double 10 if this opportunity comes to pass for the Irishman. But the opportunity taken, Lennon one up.
Yeah, no damage done. It's always difficult when you're a player and you know that you've left a double and it doesn't appear on the scoreboard. You then start thinking a little bit negatively. But did really well, composed himself. Never let it affect him, and turned out to be a breaker throw in the first leg 85. In Lennon's favour. Did really well there.
Well, this is prolific scoring power here from Steve Lennon. And these are the types of darts that we saw from him on tour for so many years.
Yeah, I think Nico and I were working it out yesterday. I think he had a card for about 9 years.
96.
That's no mean feat in today's sort of darting atmosphere, I can tell you.
You look at some of the good players that can't keep them.
88.
Connor Scott, a great example of that. Couldn't retain it first time round.
Game shot in the second leg, Steve Lennon.
Yeah, nicely done again from Lennon.
Third leg is Johnny to throw
first. He knows what he
needs
needs here.
Game on.
He's been looking at the table. He knows he has to be on 4 points to be in the mix tomorrow
41.
For a place on Saturday night.
Made the final of the 2019 World Cup of Darts, where he was paired alongside William O'Connor. Lost out to the Scottish pair, but Gary Anderson and Peter Wright on that occasion.
41.
In terms of the World Championship, his best run was to the 3rd round in 2022, when he lost out 4-0 to Mervyn King. Did play at Ali Pali back in December where he was beaten by Damon Heta in the first round by 3-1.
40.
Still only 32. Which, you realise, a lot of people is still an age where you can make some real reputable damage still in this game.
Yeah, he talked to Martin Adams and he swears to this day that he still played
85.
his best darts in his mid to late 40s. So Lennon has more than time on his hands.
60. $85. Steve, you require 120.
120 for a 3-0 lead. Can this the way through?
88.
It's the next best thing. 32 left to go 3-0 up and to get the double break of throat.
137.
Who's to question him, Scott?
Steve, you require 32.
Plus a replied from Haynes. But it's on the Haynes throat.
No score.
Lennon caught the flight.
Johnny, you require
dragged
72.
it into the double 16, which he was looking for with his previous dart. Another one of those, and Haynes is back on that tops again.
32.
Not on a string this time.
Steve, you require 32.
So 2-16 to freeze it. Double break
Games
accrued.
from the
Lennon
third
3-0
leg,
up.
Steve Lennon.
Before leg 4 begins, time for a crucial bit of business. Time for the answer
Fourth
to
leg is
tonight's
Steve
tungsten
to throw
teaser.
first. Game on.
The question was, who did Johnny Haynes beat to win his one and only Modus Super Series title? That player
45.
was Neil Duff, who he beat by 4 legs to 1 in the final on January the 16th, 2023.
78.
I remember that night quite well.
$100.
I nearly didn't make it because I was stuck in traffic in London.
100. $140.
Good stuff again from Lennon. He does have his foot on the proverbial throat of
39.
Haynes, and he has no signs of letting off.
I think the effects of the long night has really come to get Johnny here.
60.
And on 156, Haynes can only leave a finish by hitting 2 big trebles from dart 1.
44. Steve, you require 150.
You get the sense this is when, rather than if, Steve Lennon wraps it up by 4 legs to 0.
$60.
He's himself on 96. What can Haynes do by way of a play? He's himself on something.
135. Steve, you require 96.
This to wrap up a 4-0 win and to move on to 4 points overnight. And it'd leave Johnny Haynes with work to do. Finds the treble with dart 2, but unable to find double 8 with dart 3.
Johnny, you require 105.
Yeah, 4-0 win for Lennon. Wouldn't harm his chances. A leg difference at all, but here comes Johnny again.
73.
Right on the wire.
Steve, you require
And so Lennon
8.
returns looking at 2 4s to wrap up a 4-0 win, which will put him on to 4 points in the group. It's been hard work at times.
No
and he may
score.
have more work to do.
Johnny, you require 32.
Double 16 for Haynes here, double 8. And he
Game
takes
shot
the
in
double 8.
fourth
We
leg,
go on.
Johnny Haynes.
Break back, 3-1. Johnny has the darts to
Fifth leg is Johnny to
reduce
throw
the gap
first.
ever more.
Game on. 60. 96.
It's always hard when you get yourself in a position to win the match and you kind of let it slip a little. You then have got to do all the hard work of the scoring part of the game again, and sometimes it can play on your mind. Sometimes you can think, it's okay, I've got the darts.
135.
One more time before the end of the game, and you can think too far ahead and then allow your opponent to get their momentum.
134.
That's a really good response to the 135 of Haynes. Haynes seems to have found second wind here.
140.
Backs that up with the 140 to leave himself on 140. Halves his score.
100.
Lennon, good stuff from him again on a ton. So Haynes would have been happy with a ton as the minimum requirement here.
24.
And that's absolute disaster
Steve,
for him.
113.
And so this, to finally get it wrapped up. It looked like it was going to be an inevitability in the previous leg.
77.
He's able to get it done with a ton topper here.
Johnny, you require 116.
Nice marker. Oh, just dropped too far underneath and
28.
to the right.
Steve, you require
There's two
36.
visits he wants to forget. The last two throws for Haynes.
Double 18 is found, and Steve Lennon's going to end the night with 4 points to his name. He gets the better of Johnny Haynes by 4 legs to 1 in our final match of Thursday evening. It's a very tight group. 4 points, 4 points between Carl Wilson and Johnny Haynes. We're going to go to the studio. We're doing some of the lads. We'll do that in a minute. Welcome back to the live lounge in Portsmouth, where we have completed the action here in Group B. And overnight is Carl Wilson, the player at the top of the pile, having won 3 out of 4 on this Thursday. And before the break, Steve Lennon beat Johnny Haynes by 4 legs to 1. That means he's on 4 points alongside Paul Hogan and Radek Szaganski. It's Johnny Haynes, the player at the bottom of the pile, having picked up just 1 win from his 4 matches on Thursday evening. So all to play for going into Friday's action. But in terms of tonight's action, we've been watching it in the company of the 2015 world champion Scott Mitchell. And in terms of what we've seen tonight and in terms of the action, we've seen some fantastic matches.
We really have. We said at the top of the show that we felt tonight we could see some spectacular darts, and everybody could beat everybody, and that's more or less been the case. Carl Wilson, obviously the standout player this evening, sat there with just 1 loss, but yeah, there's been some sensational darts tonight.
Yeah, Carl Wilson, the standout player, has won 3 out of 4. Ironically, the one he lost was with his best performance of the night, the 101 against Paul Hogan, but he set his stall out right from the very start this evening, and he didn't taper off, really, did he? Yeah, you don't mind that, though. You know, if you play your best game and you get done, it's not a disaster when you've got 3 other wins under your belt. So he will look at it with a smile, really, and say, you know, he had to do something pretty special to get me. That's how well I was playing tonight, and yeah, he should be really happy with his night's work. As you mentioned, he lost that game to Paul Hogan. I actually got off to a really slow start in the evening, but that game against Carl Wilson just got him going, didn't it? Well, for Hogan, that was like the blue touch paper for him. He went on and obviously won his next game after that. He was looking like the evening being sort of kind of all done for him with 2 losses. It looked very difficult to come back from there. What a way to come back, though. 107 against the guy who was top of the table. And then win your last game. He's still in the mix on 4 points. Proper contest, that. Yeah, absolutely. Hogan's finishing 4 from 6, 66% was fantastic. And when you get such a high-scoring game, it doesn't always mean that you got a ton-plus checkout at the end of them. So, yeah, look, I really enjoyed that one. It was one that you wanted to go on and on. You didn't want to stop at 7 legs. Radek Szaganski, 4 points from his night. What do you reckon his overall assessment of it all will be? Yeah, I think maybe a little slow to start, but he has this sort of natural game that it's just there between that 85 and 90, and there are times that he steps it up, and when he steps it up, he does look an absolute world beater and looks very difficult to beat. And that's, I think, all he can do. I think in Group B, you have to make yourself difficult to beat. His game suits Group B, and I think his game suits this group. The guys all know what he's going to be doing. They've got to up it above that if they want to beat him. And they've got to hope he drops off, but it doesn't happen very often. Is it fair to say it was an up and down night for Steve Lennon this evening? Yeah, it was. But again, I think we've seen that from him all week. He's kind of continued in the vein of Group A. We saw magic moments from him and really good stuff. And then we saw other moments where he had a 48 there tonight and he hit the 16. He just busted it. And it's not something that we see him doing. He didn't get punished for the mistake on this occasion, but it's not a mistake we've been seeing lots from him. I don't want to sound as if I'm kicking a man when he's down, but is that part of the reason why we've seen him drop back to this level this year? Because we know how consistent a performer he has been in the past. Yeah, you know, we spoke about it, and having a tour car for 9 years is no mean feat, and maybe this is going to do him good dropping off it, maybe coming to find out some other things and try other stuff. You know, it can be monotonous on the tour, and this could be the sort of igniting of the fire that he needs to get back on the tour and go again, because there's no doubt in his capabilities. You know, he's a top player and he should be on the tour. In terms of Johnny Haynes, it just didn't happen tonight, did it? No, it didn't. I mean, you commented in commentary there that maybe it was a long night, a late night for him. You know, we don't know when he travelled down, and he just seemed to run out of steam as the night went on. I don't think he'll make that mistake tomorrow. I think he'll get a good rest overnight, and I think we'll see a different Johnny Haynes tomorrow. However, all to play for. I think it is very much all to play for with 3 from 2 going through. You don't have to look at the top of the table when you're down the bottom. You've got to look at the middle of the table and see if you can get there, and I think all the players are still in with a shout. Right, that's Group B done and dusted. I just want to get a bit of a perspective on next week because we're going to see a couple of Champions League combatants return. We can have a look at that now for you. And look, the player that stands out is Derek Coulson. Now, with the greatest respect in the world, he'll be disappointed to be here in 2026 because he had real ambition of being on tour.
Yeah, he was so close, and yeah, I mean, if we all, whether the favourite tag sort of got him, everybody thought he was going to go and get a card. I'm not sure, but I think Derek is laid back enough, and at the age that he is, if he hasn't got one, he hasn't got one. That's the way it is. I think that's the way he'll look at it. He hasn't had bad times here. He'll look forward to coming back here and reigniting our fires here at the Super Series.
You can call me a cynic here, Scott, but he's almost got the best of both worlds. Because of where he sat on the Challenge Tour, he's going to get invites to Pro Tours, which makes him dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. He's still got the Challenge Tour to go and kind of learn that Pro Tour mentality as well. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think he'll turn it into a massive advantage not having a card this year, and we'll all look forward to seeing him trying to get one next year.
Right, that gets underway on Monday, but there's plenty of work in the interim. Your work's done. Thank you so much as ever, Scott. I shall see you bright and breezy tomorrow morning. I shall see you then. This is the order of business for tomorrow. Group C comes to a close in the afternoon, and it's Archie Self that leads the way. 8 points to his name. He's in pole position overnight. Scott Campbell, Tommy Lishman and Lewis Gurney all on 6 points in the group. Aaron Gill won his first 2, lost his last 3. And Lars-Erik Lindgren without a win to his name. That action comes to a close tomorrow afternoon. That's from 1 o'clock here on Pluto TV. Other things coming up across the network. You've got the Break of Throw coming up next. That's going to have a look at some rising stars, which I suppose doesn't really count because Charlie Manby's the reigning champion. But it's on the programme. It's on next. And then Friday from 1 o'clock, we're going to see Group C and Group B come to a close. Archie Self in control of Group C, Carl Wilson in control of Group B. Patrick Williams is into finals night when that gets going from 7:30. And Colin Osborne is going to be back in action. And one of those ever-presents we were talking about when Series 3 Week 4 gets underway on Monday morning from 9:30. An intriguing night's worth of darts. It's Carl Wilson that leads the way going into tomorrow's action. We'll see you bright and breezy from 1 o'clock for Group C. Take care. Bye from us.
The new Modus Super Series champion. Oh my word!
It's another incredible moment tonight.
Jeff Smith!
It's match down. 5-star performer, and the bullseye is hit.
It's double Johnny Magny!
You will be disappointed with that. He wanted to have
Graham
one dart.
requires 20.
Graham Usher wins the first game of Champions Night, and it was an absolute ripper. He hit one of them on tops. He missed one on double 12. Which one is it? It's the hit.
Outside opportunity for Andy Hamilton. Van der Velde should be getting a match start again here. He's already had one. Mr. Dart at tops for the match to win 4-1. And he Dart at double 16, gets the job done there for Jorgen van der Velde. He gets over the line with a 4-2.
Did he go over tops, or did he just overshoot the single? Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy just looks to eat this up to make the semi-finals for the second time. Adam Kablas has been eliminated.